This man with thinning hair is the current president of the beautiful country. Recently he just received a head-scratching news. That is, the Hubble telescope found a group of Martian flying saucers are heading towards the Earth. In order to figure out the purpose of the Martians, the president called a meeting of the think tank in the White House. At the critical moment, the beautiful country's heavily poached Secret Service agent 007 smoking a pipe to express his views. In his opinion, the Martians, the unlucky president hastily listened to the advice of the think tank and held a press conference to tell people not to be nervous. The Martians came to Earth to establish diplomatic relations with our beautiful country, and all the people were excited at once. In order to increase the popularity, 007 hurriedly found a TV station to run a group of Martian-themed talk shows who wanted to talk about it. The program's signal was interfered by the Martians, and a huge head of Martian appeared on all the Earth people's TVs. The president simply organized the troops and made a grand welcome ceremony, led by General Black, who was dressed in a straight military uniform, and stood at the end of the red carpet with his belly. At the same time, major television stations and media have come to the scene. Live to the people of the world, the key moment of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the Martians and the people of Earth, only to see the Martian flying saucer slowly landed. A team of Martians wearing helmets slowly walked. Black Buddy using the most advanced translation successfully with the Martian diplomats' confidential talks, aside of the crowd under the mood of excitement, and even released a peace doves. This huge head, ugly little runt is the legendary Martian diplomat. He just saw a peace dove flying in the air, immediately pulled out a gun and shot, instantly killed the poor pigeon to slag, followed by the soldiers behind him also began to raise their guns and shoot. Instantly, there are countless civilians received box meals. The military reacted and started to counterattack, but the Martian technology was several orders of magnitude higher than the human, and the tanks and armored vehicles seemed to be made of paper, and were beaten to pieces, and after the Martians killed most of the humans, they started to capture prisoners and prepare to retreat. The president, in order to save his vote, hurriedly summoned the think tank to study ways to deal with the Martians. Only to have 007 jump out and say that this battle might just be a misunderstanding caused by cultural and language barriers, so why don't we use a translator to record a conciliatory voice and launch it to the alien ship, hoping to restart bilateral communication. Not knowing that the Martians have long understood the Earth language, and they came to Earth precisely to conquer the Earthlings, and the previous negotiations were just their attempt to tease the humans. And at this moment the aliens were so curious about the human structure, that they simply used the advanced surgical technology of Mars to perform a head replacement operation on Baoa, and from then on, Baoa's head was soaked in medicine, and her body was given to her pet dog Wankai. After receiving the message of peace from the humans, the alien leadership agreed that they could continue to play a game, and immediately sent a message to the president that they were willing to exchange. And the president was so pleased that he immediately appointed 007 as the exchange ambassador. Instead, he pulled out a pistol and shot at the audience, and instantly, the beautiful country's legislators have received a box lunch. As for the exchange ambassador 007, was caught back by the Martians on the spot, and when 007 woke up again, he saw the human-headed dog body Baoa's sister, and then looked down at himself. It turned out that he only had one head left, staying on the alien ship. These two Earth hometown immediately, 2 tears, especially 007, said on the spot. In the meantime, a Martian spy disguised as a sexy girl came to Earth and just walked near the presidential palace, and he was spotted by the president's press spokesman, Simon, who felt that he had a long night and did not want to sleep and dragged the girl into the White House. When he was ready to communicate with the girl, she bit off his finger and revealed her true face. Simon was frightened enough to call someone, but he was knocked out by a Martian. The president's bodyguards finally rushed in, but the president had been hijacked by the Martians, a time when the big guys did not dare to act rashly. Fortunately, the Martians are more sensitive to birds with hair. The frightened bird was killed by a shot by the aliens at birth. The bodyguards took the opportunity to counterattack and finally saved their president. The Martians failed to assassinate the president, and in anger, their leader declared the whole solar system that the Earthlings were too evil to hurt the innocent Martians. As the solar system police, the Martians, must defend the justice of the solar system and bring all the Earthlings to justice. In time, thousands of flying saucers landed on Earth, ready to start an all-out war to occupy the Earth. The first to bear the brunt is the White House, where the president lives. Seeing the aliens kill the White House, bodyguards rushed to protect the president and his wife to run away. But in such a critical moment, The bodyguards still did not forget to maintain order in the visit. Pulling the president's wife began to go around the long way. At the moment, there is a wave of elementary school students visiting the White House. Suddenly a few aliens popped in. Immediately started a firefight with the bodyguard team. The students realized that something was wrong, and immediately scattered. Of course, there are big-hearted children, such as the usual love to play the two brothers, Green and Red, who usually love to play shooting games. Hit up the guns of the fallen aliens, and treated the aliens as NPCs in the game. Smoke gun, it will be absorbed by the nuclear explosion, followed by the alien leaders and will be happy to smoke a nuclear explosion of cigarettes. A sit down, the taste is quite strong. Seeing that the Earth's most powerful weapons are ineffective against the Martians, the Martian invaders staying on Earth completely lawless up, they took the Taj Mahal fireworks, using the giant statue to play bowling. Of course, the aliens never gave up looking for the president. And soon after, the secret military base was broken, and the unlucky general was shrunk to 10 centimeters by the Martians, while the tough-talking general was still clamoring for a duel with the Martians, and was finally trampled to pieces by the Martians. And as for the president, he also did not escape the fate of the box, seeing that the beautiful country as the chain of command of the beautiful country was completely paralyzed. The war became a one-sided massacre, and where most of the people of Earth were fleeing in panic, the filial boy, long hair, suddenly remembered that his grandmother was still living in the nursing home, so he defied his father's advice, and drove to the nursing home alone, not knowing that his grandmother was wearing headphones, and intoxicated in a sea of music. And the Martians had a 3-meter-long gun, aimed at her head. She was still sitting in her wheelchair, shaking her head, so the Martian curiously unplugged the grandmother's headphones, and instantly the alien screamed in pain, and in less than 3 seconds, the Martian's big head exploded. Just as the long-haired brother saw the scene, he realized that this music is the death of the Martian. Immediately drive, and pull the stereo all over the street. That's it, they still feel not too much, simply send the music to the radio. So that all radio stations are playing this music. It so happens that the Martian team is using high technology, listening to human radio information. The result, instantly all the alien flying saucers are exploded in place. This human completely defeated the Martians. From then on to live